He's going to the beauty parlor, darling. But I'm leaving you with your favorite friend, Roger. He's going to take very, very good care of you. Because if he doesn't, he's going back to the science lab.
What the hell is wrong with that tape? Nothing with you, baby Herman. You were great. You were perfect. You were better than perfect. This Roger, he keeps blowing his lines. Roger, what's this? A tweeting bird. Tweeting bird. Roger, read the script. Look what it says. It says rabbit gets plucked. Roger sees stars. Not birds. Stars. Can we lose the playback, please? You're killing me. Killing me. For crying out loud, Roger. How many times do we have to do this damn scene? No! I'll be in my trailer. Taking a nap. Excuse me. Please, no. I can give you stars. Just drop the refrigerator in my head one more time. Drink up on your head 23 times already. I can take it. Don't worry about me. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the refrigerator.
This is the tale of an up-and-coming movie star named Roger Rabbit and a down-and-out private detective named Eddie Valiant.
Booga booga.
Every moment they were together was a new adventure in trouble.
Find me, Eddie.
It's a motion picture about friendship,
Please, Eddie. Don't tell me I'm making a big mistake.
love, compassion,
Well, I'm sorry I yanked your ears.
All the time you yanked my ears?
murder,
Marvin Acme. A rabbit cacked him last night.
Remember, you never saw me.
sex,
I'd do anything for my husband, Mr. Valiant. Anything.
and violence.
Tunes gets him every time.
You wouldn't have any idea where the rabbit might be?
Got a thing for rabbits. The whole thing stinks like yesterday's diapers.
It's a comedy a little different from all the rest.
I'm a pig! I'm a tune!
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or you just happy to see me?
Touchstone Pictures and Steven Spielberg present a Robert Zemeckis film.
We tunes may act idiotic, but we're not stupid.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Well, that movie's over. I will be reviewing it right after this.
News. McDonald's Supersize Cups now feature the stars of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I'm a tune!
Now at McDonald's, for a limited engagement, appearing on 3 different supersized Coca-Cola cups, the stars of the new movie, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Good times, great taste, supersized mix in my place. The good times, great taste from McDonald's.
It's fun!
Well, here's the wonderful value meal commercial. I guess it had some Roger Rabbit stuff, and this is how they used to promote movies. This was kind of a fun way to do it, but at least there wasn't some Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie that cost $20 to promote this movie. At least it was some kind of value meal. Yes, Taco Bell has now a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. So that is the excitement that fast food restaurants are doing now. They're giving you Baja Blast $20 pies now to promote things. And now it's something boring like a wonderful poison drink like Mountain Dew. So this is something fun that they used to do. I used to love it when they used to do stuff like this. Roger Rabbit cups, Batman collectible stuff. This was definitely a time when movies were actually fun to go and see or get on VHS, which is what I did with this movie. So this came out in 1988, and this was the big movie in 1988. And joining its company was some interesting movies. You had the movie Big. There was the stupid movie Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He sucks. Oh my God. Blame the parents for naming him that. All right, well, just $1. It was well worth it to make fun of Bloodsport. There's also Mississippi's Burning. Never heard of it. Actually, I just watched that for the first time. It wasn't bad. And I'm sure there were some other movies in there as well that I believe The Rescuers came out that year. So 88 was actually a decent year for a little bit of movies. I think Glory was, nope, that was 89. So then it pretty much covers 1988. And this, of course, is starring Bob Hoskins. We know him from the movie Hook, The Agent. No, don't know Bob Hoskins. Oh, he was in the wonderful Super Mario Brothers movie that you liked so much. The one when Toad was a monster. No. Well, that is Bob Hoskins was a very talented actor. Unfortunately, he did pass away a few years back. And of course, we have the very talented Christopher Lloyd, who plays Judge Doom. Really? Christopher Lloyd needs, oh, that poor man. This guy needs an introduction. He's 95 years old and he's probably throwing a tantrum after hearing that. He was in the Back to the Future movies 1, 2, and 3.
Never seen him.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Never seen him.
He was with Danny DeVito in that movie. The Addams Family. Addams Family Values. He was Uncle Fester.
Nope, I don't see it.
You didn't see that. Camp Nowhere. Angels in the Outfield. And I'm trying to. Oh, he was in Rent a Kid. I wouldn't be surprised if you never saw that one. I think that was right to VHS. And I know I'm missing some big ones here, so I am sorry. But that is. Oh yes, and Dennis the Menace. He was the thief in that movie. Still shaking your head no. And then there's also Joanna Cassidy. She plays Dolores in this, which is Eddie Valiant's girlfriend that he's trying to get back with. She was in the movie Blade Runner. Kathleen Turner is actually the voice of Jessica Rabbit. She is uncredited for some reason. And Amy Irvin does the singing for Jessica Rabbit. Still no, no, and no. So that pretty much covers everybody who is doing the voices. Oh yes, and then Roger Rabbit, who I cannot pronounce his name. I think it is Ben Freischler. He did some voice work too in Nightmare on Elm Street. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get his name up here. And my tablet kicked me off of IMDb, which figures. You have to love the internet, especially Xfinity. And then, of course, Robert Zemeckis did direct this, who did the Back to the Future movies and also did Forrest Gump.
Nope.
Jeez. Oh, sorry. Charles Freshler.
That sounds nothing like what
I said Ben.
it actually sounds like.
Well, sorry. Ben and Charles may not seem alike. So the whole story here is pretty simple. You get some really cool cartoons in here. You get Dumbo, you get Mickey, you also get Daffy and Donald, yes, at the same time.
Who owns this?
Probably lots of greedy companies own this movie. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney has their dirty hands in it.
Well, they have Dumbo and Mickey and
Also Looney Tunes as well. So this kind of combined all the cartoons into one. Yeah, so this will be a fun one to review. You might get a lot of me. So just a warning right now, because we have Disney and then Steven Spielberg, of course, he licensed all this out. So it went to Warner Sisters, it went to MGM, and many other studios to bring all these cartoons all into one thing. So this did have a budget of $70 million, and I believe this made $156 million at the box office. Very nice budget, very nice return. I wonder if I will see any of that money. Probably not. And just for asking for it, now my clips are going to get cut. So pretty much this story is very, very simple. Roger Rabbit is having trouble with his lines. See, cartoons have a very difficult time because not only do they have to memorize words, apparently they have to also bring if they get hit with something over the head, apparently they are in control of if there are birds or stars or whatever goes over their heads when they get bopped. So Roger is having a hard time getting stars above his head. So he's getting into trouble. And Jessica Rabbit apparently is a very attractive cartoon, I guess. So she is with Roger. So I guess she apparently has an affair with a human named Marvin Acme. And Marvin Acme gets whacked, and they blame Roger Rabbit for it. So now the Weasels are after it, Judge Doom is after him, and George Doom found a way to actually kill cartoons. So if Roger Rabbit does get caught, he's going to end up Rabbit Stew. Now, people on Discord might actually think that there really is a Toontown, so they will probably be talking about this tonight, saying that they would actually make plans of going there. So I will show the first clip in just a second. Here is our very short first clip. So this is Roger here. Like I said, he's having trouble getting the right little things above his head. He's supposed to see stars, not birds. So this is part of the problem here is I guess they had to do that scene, 36 times. So he gets a piano dropped on his head 36 times. And the nice thing with cartoons is, fridge on his head 36 times. So, and the nice thing about working with a cartoon is they could just shake it off. Unlike people, where if you pretty much drop a refrigerator on their head, they will go kaboom. So, so Roger will not get CTE. He will not end up like Rob Gronkowski. So he will. So obviously he just shakes it. He shakes it off, and he's hitting himself with a frying pan. And little baby Herman, who looks so cute in the cartoon, is just a very angry baby. So that is pretty much the first clip. And like I said, we got to keep these short, unfortunately, since it's owned by many, many, many people of censorship. So now I will show the next clip of Roger's bad little his gossip in Toontown. So Eddie Valiant takes the job to take a few pictures of Roger's wife. So I will show that clip of him taking the job in just a second.
Jessica Rabbit, wife of Maroon cartoon star Roger. What's this got to do with me?
You're the private detective, you figured out.
Look, I don't have time for this.
Look, Valiant, his wife's poison, but he thinks she's Betty Crocker. Every Joe loves Toontown.
I get Joe to do the job, because I ain't going.
Oh, fella, have a seat, Valiant. The Rabbit's wife sings at a joint called the Ink and Paint Club. Toon Review. Strict.
So's the job.
All right.
So this is Eddie Valiant here. So he is obviously taking a job from, and this is, I'm trying to get them so I don't mess them up. This is, I believe, RK Maroon. And he is, I'm really hoping I got these. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Yes, this is RK Maroon. And he is taking the job from him. And, of course, he is Maroon Cartoons. So he obviously accepts it for $100, which at the time is very, very nice. So his job is to take nice, juicy pictures of Roger Rabbit's wife, because apparently you can bop them on the head, you can set them on fire, they just shake it off, they're fine, but I guess they have feelings just like people. Who knew? So, yes. So I guess Eddie here, he did actually lose his brother. A Toon actually killed him by dropping a piano on his head. People don't have that luxury. If you drop a piano on them, they will die. So this is why he does ask RK Maroon for a drink, because he is dealing with his loss through alcohol, which people back in these days did a lot. So now he does look out the window, and then he can see that cartoons are very, very hard to work with. If humans and cartoons did actually, if cartoons were real, this is how they would act. Obviously, they just do whatever they want. So Dumbo flies in and scares him, and he hides under a desk from Dumbo, a very harmless cartoon, a giant elephant that's very kind. Elephant should go after us no matter what. So, so obviously he does. So Arcade Maroon says that he got him on loan from Disney, and the way Walt Disney was, I'm sure he loaned him for a very, very high price. Because good old Walt was not exactly the nicest guy on the planet. Sorry to be the spoiler there. So yes, but I also don't have my face on nice cartoons saying, "Oh, I'm a great person." This guy just was not. So, so, so obviously, so now I will show the next clip here of the club that Jessica Rabbit performs at. It is cartoons working, but it is a human nightclub. So there's people there, and the cartoons work. So I would love to show the clip of Donald Duck and Daffy Duck together playing the piano to several people. I would love to see this in real life if cartoons did exist. Sorry, this is a lot better than Ninja Turtles. So I will show that clip in just a second.
This is the last time I work with someone with a speech impediment. This means war.
You think that's funny?
Oh, it's a panic.
You won't think it's funny when I stick that pen up your nose.
Now calm down, son, will you? Look, the stain's gone. It's disappearing ink. No hard feelings, I hope.
Look,
So here's the scene with Daffy and Donald, and this they are the comic relief of the scene, and then we have the very annoying Marvin Acme, who squirts the ink on poor Eddie Valiant. Yes, it disappears, but still, I mean, Jessica Rabbit is just hanging out with this guy. I will send her a sympathy card. So I would love to show this whole scene, but unfortunately, I can't do that. Um, Yell at Warner Sisters and Disney for that. Send cards, please. Complaining. So so the part here with Donald and Daffy is funny. I'm going to continue showing that. Unfortunately, I have to do it in parts. So so obviously, Eddie is pretty annoyed with Marvin Acme. He finds him kind of annoying. He gets him with the hand buzzer as well as the disappearing ink. And then then of course they sit down, enjoy the show, and Eddie orders a scotch on the rocks, and then he has to yell at the server that he says it, and I mean ice. And yes, they do bring him back scotch with actual rocks in it, which is kind of amusing. So I will continue the scene with Donald and Daffy because this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And I'm sorry, Daffy and Donald together is just great. So I will show that clip in just a second. So obviously the scene does go on, but this was Donald Duck with the cannon I thought was just great. So scenes like this in the movie really did make this kind of it did make it special having cartoons with people. I know that movies have done this before. Stupid Mary Poppins did it. I know what was it? Mr. Limpet did it too with Don Knotts. That was that movie about the fish where he turns into a fish. I forgot the name of that. But this one was they really put a lot of cartoons with people in this movie. Obviously, so the actors had to do a lot of this stuff themselves. I just want to make that very clear because some of the people in the comic book world might actually think that they're talking to cartoons. So So now I will get the next clip here of Eddie actually taking pictures of Jessica, and then Roger throwing an absolute tantrum. So I get to show this clip in just a second.
Believe it, kid. I took the pictures myself. She played patty cake.
Not my Jessica. Not patty cake. This is impossible. I don't believe it. It can't be.
Well, this is so obviously Eddie takes the pictures, and Roger Rabbit is throwing a tantrum like he just lost his new shiny Pokemon card, some magical crystal one that's really collectible. So he's throwing a little bit of a fit. And then what makes it great is when he actually shows him the pictures. Now he's really crying. So now what made him feel better? Well, they gave him alcohol. And then, unfortunately, for the other two, it kind of probably annoyed them and gave them quite a headache. But he did feel better until Eddie opened his mouth and said that there will be female cartoons banging on his door. Of course, he said dames. So obviously, Roger then threw a fit and went out the window. But then he was sobbing away and actually crying. So somebody now killed Marvin Acme. And thank goodness he's not in this movie anymore. So they dropped this safe on his wonderful, bald, shiny head. Yes. I might have a few welts on me because I said that somebody did it, but I gave the wrong person or thing for that matter. So, because I'm making somebody guess throughout this whole movie that has not seen this yet. So, Woodstock is now going to be the ammo of things getting thrown at me during this video. So, if you see any bruises or cuts, it's Woodstock's doing because somebody's going to throw him at me. So, I'm not going to say who killed Marvin Acme, but there will be a clue coming up in the next scene. We get to meet the very creepy, very scary Judge Doom, played by Christopher Lloyd. So I will play that clip in just a second.
Is this man removing evidence from the scene of a crime?
No, Judge Doom. Valiant here was just picking it up for you. Weren't you, Eddie?
Hand it over.
Sure. Shut your yap, Eddie. The man's in charge.
That's all right, Lieutenant. From the smell of him, I'd say it was the booze talking. No matter, the rabbit won't get far. My men will find him.
Wow.
Did you find the rabbit?
Don't worry, Judge. We got informants all over the city. We'll find them.
I did forget to introduce my little guest here. There's Skip, and Stimpy seems very, very enthused during this nice little video, probably because Woodstock is on the table and he thinks it's a real bird. So this is the little scene here that I just showed with Marvin Acme, of course. He got the safe on his head, and now this is Judge Doom. So now so obviously he's a little yes, Judge Doom is very creepy looking. He obviously doesn't really seem to have a sense of humor, but he brings in his weasels, and that bucket is what he calls the dip. So Judge Doom found a way to actually kill Toons, and I forgot what the ingredients are, but one of them is benzene. That is what is in most of our food and our soda pop. So it's called sodium benzoate. So benzenes kill Toons, and yet we consume that. Most people consume that on a daily basis. I do not. So no, I do not, but it is in many other things. It's in many other foods. So benzene is the main killer that kills the cartoons. I think turpentine might have been one, and I forgot what the one. There's one that starts with an A. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was arsenic. It was something like that. So, but the benzene made me laugh the most. So, arsenic is probably just an American cheese. That wouldn't surprise me. So, so now with all that, Eddie is actually a patsy to this whole thing. So they want to get him and Roger at the same time. So Stimpy's having fun with our toy Woodstock. So Roger does end up at Eddie's apartment. And then, of course, the weasels do drop in, and he's got Roger in his sink as he's doing laundry. I guess there weren't washing machines at this time, so he's washing his clothes by hand. We have another show going on here now. It's a circus with our cat Stimpy. So so now I will show the next clip of Roger in the bar, and the weasels and Judge Doom do have him. So we will find out what happens in this next clip. Does Roger get the dip? And does the benzene melt him to shreds like it does to our intestines? We will show that clip in just a second.
Right now, I feel like dispensing some justice. Bring me some dip. Dolores, bourbon, I'm making a double.
Fine time for a drink. Maybe you'd like a bowl of pretzels to go with it.
Hey, Judge! Will the dying rabbit deserve a last request?
Yeah, nose plugs would be nice.
I think you want a drink.
He knew what was going to happen, right? That's when he did it. He knew he was going to do that.
Well, this is how Roger seems to get away here. So we did have the nice little poison dip, and what do you know? This looks like a Baja Mountain Dew, pretty much. So he's about to dip Roger in this wonderful dip, but Eddie saves the day with his favorite drink, or should I say his favorite thing in the world. He saves him with alcohol. So he gives him a bourbon and makes it a double. And of course, Dolores thinks the drink is for him. Nope, it's for Roger. This is what happens when Roger drinks alcohol. And pretty much if I drink an IPA, my stomach does the same. It screams a lot and it just comes right back up. So I deal with alcohol, so I can't handle alcohol like Roger can't either. So I have something in common with good old Roger Rabbit. Except I guess it does actually help him. With me, it has the opposite effect. So, yes, I do have twisted teas, as you can see on my video, but even those I'm having some issues with. So now, so since they did get away, they find a very interesting getaway car. So I get to show Harvey the cab in just a second. Well, this is a pretty cool scene here. So this is nice little Harvey the cab. So I did like this part. Obviously, he's a very sarcastic car. So I guess this started the whole self-driving thing. So obviously they don't really have to drive it. This is most of LA and San Francisco now. Only this car at least looks like it's a lot of fun, and it's also breaking a lot of traffic laws. So I guess when there's motorcycles in the back and then the weasels are coming to the front, I love how it says to pull the lever, and then a little sign comes out and says this one's stupid. So it just sort of raises up, and it causes the weasels and the motorcycles to collide. So this part was actually pretty cool. So then they go to a movie theater, they see a goofy cartoon, and then it goes to the fun news. And this is where Eddie points to, he thinks that this is the connection between um, Arcane Maroon and the company kind of doing a deal to take over Toontown. So I will show the scene here of Eddie confronting Arcane Maroon in just a second.
I'm gonna listen to you spin the Cloverleaf scenario. A story of greed, sex, and murder. Now the parts that I don't like, I'm gonna let it out.
You got it all wrong. I'm a cartoon maker, not a murderer.
Everybody's gotta have a hobby.
I've been around tombs all my life. I didn't want to see them destroyed.
Who's destroyed? Why?
If I tell you I'm a dead man.
You're a dead man if you don't tell me.
Unless Agnes Will shows by midnight tonight, Toontown's gonna be left with a free.
Well, I have my guest here, so Stimpy has decided to arrive. So I think he'll like the next clip here. So obviously, this is Marvin Acme getting shot in the back a couple times. So oh, I'm sorry, not Marvin. Marvin Acme's already dead. Arcane Maroon now got shot in the back. So I guess we got the Cartoon Kings, and both of them are pretty much in the afterlife now. So Arcane Maroon is dead. So so now he thinks that Jessica Rabbit did it. Did she? Did she not? I don't know. We'll have to find out. So this movie is just getting pretty cool with the whole little detective story here. Like, what is exactly going on? Is it Cloverleaf that's bad? Arcane Maroon obviously did not kill Marvin Acme, obviously, because somebody else is behind this. So now Eddie does go to Toontown, so now we get to see that. What does Toontown look like? Well, you are about to find out. I will show you that clip in just a second. So this is Toontown. It seems like a nice, happy place. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having fun. So he thinks he sees Jessica Rabbit. He doesn't. He sees somebody else. The cartoon that he thinks he sees looks like a drugged up fast food employee of some kind. So he obviously thinks it's Jessica Rabbit. It's not. And because he's in Toontown, things go wrong. So let's just say that he ends up falling out of a building, but in some cases it's okay. So I will show that clip in just a second. We get to meet some more cartoon characters. So I will show that in just a second.
Oh, look, piggies.
Hi, Tweety.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home.
No.
This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had... What's up, Doc? Jumping without a parachute? Kinda dangerous, ain't it?
Yeah.
You could get killed, huh?
You guys got a spare?
Bugs does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you want it.
I do. Give it to me.
Gee, better let it have it, Bud. Yeah, ain't I a stinker?
So this is a very funny scene here. This is good old Tweety at his best. Likes to play with his fingers, but doesn't realize that poor Eddie is now falling. So then he runs into Bugs and Mickey. When you run into cartoons, they are nothing but prankers. And this is amusing. These are actually good cartoons. These aren't the junky ones like Bob's Burgers or Rick and Morty or One Piece of Crap for that matter. So these are actually really funny cartoons. So, and Eddie is falling for all of them. So the spare tire obviously isn't going to work when you're falling. And then he runs into good old Nina right at the end, not Jessica Rabbit. And I think Nina's running from her apartment because it's too hot and balloons in her air ducts just isn't going to work. And she's also complaining about the lift that just ripped her off. So Nina runs into Eddie, but then he just throws her into a brick wall. So that was pretty amusing. So now I will show the final clip of Judge Doom wants to take over. He wants to demolish Toontown, and he wants to put up gas stations and automobile places, and I forgot what else he wants to add, but he wants to demolish it and just develop it. He's doing it in this time, and it's funny because that seems like all we do nowadays. So I will show the last clip in just a second.
Wicked witch cry. And although I know it's strictly taboo,
So this is the final clip that I'm showing. So this is pretty much the standoff between Judge Doom and Eddie. So I'm sure you're wondering, what happened to the wonderful weasels? Well, they laughed themselves to death. Sorry, the Warner sisters and wonderful Disney would just, they love to take things away. So unfortunately, I can only show so much of this movie, even though there are, believe me, a lot of clips I would love to show. But it would take us into tomorrow morning, which it pretty much did anyway, but early. It would be later. It would probably be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. These do take a lot of time to do. So this is like I said, this is the final clip. So I'm not going to show you the end of the movie, but this is close enough. So I'm not going to give any more away. So obviously, Jessica and Roger are about to be sprayed with dip, but that does not happen. So so this movie obviously had a lot of laughs to it. Yeah, there was a dark point of the story where obviously Eddie's brother died because of a tune. It was I guess you could say it was a dramatic scene between him and Roger. But for the most part, it was very entertaining. The detective story was really cool. Robert Zemeckis did a great job directing it. And obviously the writing was really, really good as well. And if you haven't guessed, you didn't laugh one time. Really? Yes, you did. So now, yes, and the sword singing was actually Frank Sinatra that I did end up reading. So if I had to give this movie a grade, I didn't know what I was going to give it at first, but after watching this, I am going to give this a minus. I know I'm going to have a lot of people questioning it, but that is what it actually deserves. This movie took a lot of work. It was a lot better than Space Jam. This had both cartoons in it together. The creativity was definitely there, and it still is a very enjoyable movie. So I don't want to hear it's good for its time. It is still good even now. I did not get the part with Yosemite Sam like I forgot to do. So you'll have to see Yosemite Sam for yourself. He is one of my favorite Looney Tune characters. So this is one that I do strong. Yours is obviously Tweety, and we did see Tweety. Eddie Valiant, on the other hand, I don't think is a Tweety fan anymore. I don't think he likes Bugs and Mickey Mouse as well. So Like I said, this one I do recommend for the whole family. Um, watch it with the little kids because I tended to repeat some of the bad words in this movie. So, yes, so I got in trouble on the school bus for saying a couple bad words that I learned on this movie. I thought because it was a cartoon, there was no suggestive parts and there weren't any swearing. Boy, was I wrong. There were a lot of lines in this that I forgot about, but now, boy, do I'm really shocked that I was allowed to watch this. So this does have a PG rating. Um, if people do have restrictions now, I guess. If there's one person out there, just watch her. I guess beware. I'll just warn the one parent that is actually strict nowadays. I guess. So, like I said, I already did my grade, so there aren't any capes and lasers, but there's plenty of action and plenty of cartoons. But it's at least funny cartoon stuff. So, comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.